What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a Chicago Bulls and Memphis Grizzlies injury update as we look at both teams and the massive amount of injuries that both teams actually have. Now again, I still feel like the Chicago Bulls would be considered the favorites to walk away from this game with the victory, but knowing it's away from home, knowing that there's potential for some guys to miss this game on both teams, is going to be a very Again, it's a game I feel robbed, where I don't get to see the best version of the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't get to see the best version of the Chicago Bulls. It's just a hurt game in many ways, but we're going to have to go through it anyway. We're going to have to watch the game. We're going to have to see who wins the game and stuff of that nature. So with that being said, let's discuss the injury report. Before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their injury report, and the Memphis Grizzlies, and who do you think are the favorites to win this game. So without further ado, let's get started. So we know the three guys that are definitely going to be out. We know Patrick Williams will be out. He should be returning fairly soon. I would say a couple of weeks at least. Maybe even a couple of days, we should see Patrick Williams be reevaluated, but he is still out. We know Zach LaVine is out. He's going to be out for the rest of the season, and we know Lonzo Ball is out. He'll be out for the rest of the season as well. But there are quite a few guys that are listed as probable and questionable to play, and that's why we need to take a deeper dive into, starting with Tory Craig, who, with an ankle injury, an ankle sprain, I believe, is listed as questionable to play. Now, this is a completely new injury compared to the injury he sustained that took him out for 2 months. Questionable is 50-50. 50% chance he may play, 50% chance he may not play. And again, I don't mean to be mean about this situation with the Memphis Grizzlies, but knowing the guys that they have out of the lineup, I wouldn't be opposed to see Tory Craig maybe miss a game, get some rest and recuperation, and be ready for the Orlando game a couple of days after. It gives him about 4 days to rest and recuperate. We have a very tough game against Orlando after that. I wouldn't be opposed to see Tory Craig miss this game at the end of the day, but we'll have to wait and see. DTerry with a right ankle sprain is listed as probable against the Memphis Grizzlies. He did play in the last game, and I do expect him to play in this game as well. Again, it's just as simple as that. I don't really see a reason for DTerry to miss this game. If he's able to play in that last game, he's got a 2 days break, and he should be ready to play this upcoming game as well against the Memphis Grizzlies. Probable is a 75% chance likelihood he will play. So the odds are on my side when I say he will be playing this game against Memphis. Then we move over into the next individual, and that is Alex Caruso with a thigh injury is listed as probable to play against the Grizzlies as well. Now again, another guy that played in the last game was Alex Caruso. It was 2 games ago against the Sacramento Kings where he got injured as he took a dive to the floor, and you could tell he got hurt from that situation. It looks like he's recovered from that well, which is fantastic to see. Again, you see Alex Caruso on the injury list every day. That's just how I feel about the situation. Once he's fully recovered from one injury, give it about a week, and there's going to be another injury in store for Alex Caruso. But as long as they're minor injuries that he can play through and recover from, maybe miss a game here or there, it's something that many people are not going to be too upset about or complain too much about. So we'll wait and see how this injury fares and when he'll be fully healed from it. And last but not least, Coby White with a left ankle contusion is listed as probable to play against the Memphis Grizzlies as well. So Caruso, DTerry, and Coby White are all listed as probable to play, which is 75% chance likelihood they do play. And again, Coby White went absolutely berserk in the second half of our last game against Minnesota, was one of the key guys to help us win. He was absolutely clutch as well. It was a beautiful sight to see. And what better way to carry over the momentum against Memphis to see Coby White play again and have another great game in return. That would be lovely to see. Hopefully we could get to see that against Memphis. Again, I'd like to see our players play at least because they're entertaining. Coby White's entertaining to watch. Caruso is entertaining to watch. So I'd definitely like to see those guys come out and play against Memphis. But if for whatever reason they do end up resting in this game, I can't be too mad about that either. Let's turn to the Memphis Grizzlies side of things. And of course, there's a hefty amount of guys out for the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's start off with Brandon Clark with an Achilles injury. He's been out since December 20th. It looks like he's going to be out until February 16th, which isn't too far away. We got Ja Morant with he had a successful shoulder surgery. He'll be listed as out for the rest of the season as well. So hopefully he can recover and be prepared for next season. You've got Marcus Smart. who suffered a severe right ring finger injury, and he'll be sidelined for about 6 weeks, according to Shams. That was about a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. So he should be back very soon, but he'll be out against the Bulls. Desmond Bane is supposed to be reevaluated in 6 weeks. That's going to be very soon for the Memphis Grizzlies, but he is also listed as out against the Bulls. Keep in mind, this is the second game that we have against Memphis. We will no longer face them for the rest of the season after this game. Obviously, a new addition to the Memphis Grizzlies. If you guys were unaware, Steven Adams got traded to the Houston Rockets, and the Rockets gave up Victor Oladipo. But Victor Oladipo was listed out against the Warriors, and his status still remains as out. So I'm assuming he'll be out against the Bulls as well. Then you've got Jake Lavaria. He was listed as out against the Knicks. So again, this is another situation where ESPN has not updated, or Memphis themselves have not updated the injury report, which is extremely frustrating. But considering they are both listed as out on the ESPN list, I'm going to assume they are both out for this game against the Bulls as well. Then we've got Derrick Rose, listed as questionable to play against the Chicago Bulls with an ankle injury. Now, if there's anybody that I want to play from the Memphis Grizzlies, it would have to be Derrick Rose. I want Derrick Rose to be available for this game. I want to see him get minutes, because again, I get the sense this game is not going to be that entertaining. I think it's going to be a very boring game. But for Bulls fans, what makes it more comforting and maybe a little bit more exciting is to see the possibility of one of your own in Derrick Rose playing in this game, versus competing, and maybe even having a good game if he's able to return. So I'd love to see that happen. I think it'll be a travesty if we see Derrick Rose miss both games against the Chicago Bulls. We've got Jaren Jackson Jr. listed as questionable to play. That's one of the only starters that are actually there, ready to play. He's listed as questionable for this game against the Bulls with a hip injury. That's 50-50 as well. So there's a good chance pretty much the entire starting five for Memphis will be out of this game, which absolutely hurts in every sense of the word. But again, we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening in the future when it comes to Jaren Jackson Jr. We've got Zaire Williams with a hand injury. He's listed as doubtful in this game against the Bulls. The ESPN status actually lists him as out. But yes, it says doubtful underneath that. So that's a 75% chance likelihood he will miss this game against the Bulls. And then you got Lamar Stevens. Because the Celtics, apparently it says here, the Celtics traded Lamar Stevens and 2 first-round picks to the Grizzlies in exchange for Xavier Tillman. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm assuming this is because he's a new addition to Memphis, and maybe it is just too soon to put him in and rush him into a game, but maybe we will see him play, who knows. But as you can see, a very big injury list for Memphis. We'll wait and see how they can handle it. That's going to be me for this video. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I do see the Bulls as the favorite to win this game, but do you agree? Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.